Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the Reset Button Online. My name is Carlos Alvarez, and I have two very, let's use the word special people with us today. Welcome, my friends, Daphne and William. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you? Happy to be here.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here.
I am.
Welcome, guys. I want to share a little bit of light with some of our viewers and, well, not just viewing, they're actually listening to us as well, with our people, a little bit on self-motivation, where we find it, how we get it, what we can do for it, and that kind of stuff. What is something that brings self-motivation to you, Daphne? Because it's a hard one.
Yeah.
Or do you have a hard time with self-motivation?
I think so. Yeah, I kind of do, honestly.
No, you do. I don't think it was a question. I think we were like, come on, Daphne, tell us about your self-motivation or lack thereof.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of self-motivation. I just kind of have to,
I have
things to do and I have to do them and I get up and do them.
Yeah, but also don't don't self-negative talk yourself into something, because obviously you do have some motivation because your hair is done, your nails are done. So those are things that you have to find the motivation to go do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we allow ourselves to have those little instances that may overshadow everything, and we might fall into that whole negative talk of, I am not a self-motivated person.
Yeah.
But you do have it. And I'll come back to you, friend.
Yeah.
Wilhelm, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. I woke up on the right side of the bed today.
Okay, and back to you, Daphne.
Oh.
So, no.
Okay.
And enough about that.
Yeah. Okay.
No, so tell us a little bit about your self-motivation or lack thereof.
So I wouldn't say I have a lack of self-motivation, but I can say that I looking back at last week's episode with what Sal said, I can definitely say finding a way to look in the right direction and not, like you said, sabotage yourself by looking the right way. And thinking positive is probably one thing that I try really hard to do. But I think where my motivation does come from on a daily basis, it's just watching people that inspire me, like at the salon, for example. And that kind of helps me motivate. At
the salon, for those of you guys that don't know or just started following us, we all work at Trademark Salon that is off 10300 Louetta Road. You can always find us on social media platforms for the salon, or you can call us at 832-717-3422 to make a reservation with one of us. Thank you. I remembered the phone number.
Yes.
Wow. Proud of me.
2 episodes in a row.
So motivated.
So motivated.
No, but anyways, so now that we did the plug into the salon, what is something that when you're starting to lack that motivation, what do you practice? I mean, you said something about Sal. One of the things that Sal, from what I remember when we spoke last week, was doing it scared kind of thing, and setting kind of like the goals, because for him 2024 was a big leap.
Yeah.
You know, it's a year where he had lost, but he had a lot of gains, personal gains per se.
So actually, I really think that it just kind of also ties back into what he said about surrounding yourself around people that are uplifting you, because this is probably the first group of people that I've worked with that have set me out of my comfort zone. Like, for example, at the Christmas party, for those of you that have seen or were there, you saw that me and Daphne did this number. If you would have asked me a year ago to go up and
what
sing,
he meant to say was Daphne and I.
Daphne and I. Oh my gosh, we're working on that too. 2025 resolutions.
Daphne and I, belongings, not stuff.
Yes.
Belongings, not stuff. Little idiosyncrasies that Carlos has.
Yes.
Like putting yourself before anybody else. But anyways, go ahead.
But basically, no, you're good.
I basically had to force him to do it, by the way.
Did, but I'm glad.
I started just telling everybody we have a surprise, and so that he couldn't back out of it.
So you probably found that by telling other people, hey, we have this surprise coming.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, in a way, kind of giving him that self. Did the mic move or was it me?
No, I don't.
Like peripherally, I just saw something drop. I don't know. But anyways, I think that it was a way for you to hold him accountable.
Yes.
Or that he didn't have the power to back out, because now people are like,
oh, I can't wait to see.
But you also held us accountable too, because we were going to wait until to perform it. And all of a sudden you walked up to us and like, you're going now. And
he was
then
like,
we
you're
were all
on it. And I
just
was like, oh, good. Because
okay, we're
it
going.
was so much better.
Yeah.
Because if we had tried to practice it, I feel like we would have messed it up.
Yeah.
You guys should have seen me being the dance mom in the back. Is like 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Girl,
Smile.
smile.
Kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a
More energy.
more energy.
Yeah.
I'm a horrible dance mom for those that really want to know.
That was so much fun, though. We
It
stayed up
was.
till
It was
like
a
2 a.m.
Yeah.
making up that
motivation.
dance.
But the motivation for that, what motivated you guys to do that, for example?
Honestly, I just love I love putting on a show. I love like singing and dancing, and I guess that's where we get a lot of our motivation too.
Yeah.
It's just,
You
like,
guys
from
definitely
songs
find
and-
motivation through dancing and
singing
singing
and just
like,
Just
music
being
in
fun.
general.
Like making
Honestly-
life fun.
We're
No,
always
for
singing
sure.
around the salon.
Yeah.
You're always what?
We're always singing around the salon.
Well, you guys always bring that out in me.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, Daphne, who is now on the floor as of January 1st, you can find her at Trademark Salon. That's all I'm going to say. And
Follow
then-
me at Trademarked by Daph.
Oh, way to plug
Instagram.
herself back in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Okay. And you can call her at 832-717-3422. But where was I?
Motivation for the salon. I'm going on the floor.
Oh, no, you guys are thank you.
Just motivation in general.
You know me. Squirrel. You guys are very, very good about, when you were assisting me, and even though you're still kind of helping me, from time to time, you guys are really good about, I think we have a really good synergy. We have a very good energy
Yeah.
that feeds off of each other, that we love ganging up on you, or we'll gang up on William. And
Yeah.
it's like, but don't you ever, two of you, gang up on me, because I will let you bitches have it.
Sometimes we do a little bit, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Wow.
Whoa.
We're like, no.
Why do y'all
No.
hate me? Why do y'all hate me?
But motivation, I think that motivation is one of those things that it's a very redundant word. I think it's overused, like self-motivation. There's a lot of things that go into self-motivation. Like, what brings us to this platform where I need to be motivated to lose weight. I need to be motivated to get my dream job, get my dream home, have a good partner, like all these different things, right? Everything requires, and the big word that comes to mind is energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Where do we get this energy from?
I
Aside
mean,
from the obvious,
yeah.
drinking and eating and
I got a lot of my motivation, honestly, from you. Like, I feel like you always have all these like quotes and sayings that you say, and
that I say, and I say kind of crooked sometimes, but I get my point across.
no, yeah,
Always gets the
we
point
know
across.
what you mean. And my big talking about what Sal talked about last week, but my big quote for this year was live like Nike and just do it. And just do it. Just whatever opportunity you have, just do it. And I feel like I really did that this year. You put me out of my comfort zone a lot this year with like the competition and stuff. Like that was something
Absolutely.
that I would have never thought that I would do
So
ever.
tell people a little bit of what competition you're talking about, so they know what.
So the Global Creative Awards Goldwell competition. Carlos basically
and Naha. The
and
national-
Naha, yes, and Naha as well, yes,
what
for the
Naha
group,
stands
the
for.
group photo. But yeah, you basically told me you're doing it, and I was like, okay,
It wasn't
all
an
right,
option.
I'm doing it. Yeah, it wasn't an option, and I'm so glad that you made me do that because I did not ever think that I was going to place top 5 in the U.S. Woo woo.
Ooh, way to plug herself bright. She slid that one right in like a little stick of
Yeah.
butter.
But like I had a lot of goals this year, and I didn't necessarily do all of my goals, but they presented in a different way. I achieved more than I thought that I would, and yeah,
You had,
a lot of growth this
2024
year.
was
Yeah,
great to you as well.
yeah, honestly, yeah.
You
it
finished
was,
your apprenticeship.
Mhm.
You finalized in a very reputable competition.
yeah.
In the US. You did what else did you do?
What else did I do? Well,
didn't go
I did a
blonde,
lot of
that's a good
firsts
thing.
for like I did my first men's cut that I didn't like know him, and I did my first kids cut, and they went okay.
And you
they
did
went
it,
good.
and you did
they
it
went
scared
good.
like Sal did,
We
right?
did. I
But
did
you
it scared. I did it scared. Yeah. You just gotta. Yeah. You really just gotta
Sometimes
do
you
it.
have to rip the Band-Aid and go for it.
Yeah. You just gotta
And
do
believe
it.
in
Like
yourself,
yeah,
too.
and believe. Yeah.
Definitely.
Exactly. I do have a hard time with believing in myself. I will say.
I
I'm
think
really
that is
hard on
true.
myself. I'm very hard on myself. Everybody everybody in the salon's always like, Daphne, you got to give yourself some grace.
You
like,
self-sabotage yourself quite a bit.
Yeah.
One of the things that we were talking about, I believe, with Sal,
Yeah.
was that whole negative talk. And I feel like you definitely put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
Where yin and then yang, because I feel like you're just yanging all the time.
You just think that you're great.
Yeah,
Huh?
even though
You just think that you're
even though
great.
He
sometimes
just
their
thinks
hair
he's
might
fabulous.
their hair might just be falling out because I'm
Just
He is going to be
burning them
2025. He's
and-
going to be working or improving his round brushing and
just elegant.
making sure that he's not burning your scalp.
Just no
And
no
elegance.
more Fiona.
He's going to be a little bit more demure this year.
Yeah.
We're going to
Yes.
work on that.
But it's uncomfortable, so that'll make me.
I want to talk about uncomfortability. I think that was a big word, uncomfortability.
Oh.
Don't ask me to spell it because I definitely won't be able to. But I know that we don't put ourselves in uncomfortable positions because it is what we know. Comfort. Even the word just sounds like gray flannels or gray comfy. What are those things called? Like the jersey, the joggers?
Oh,
Like
sweatpants.
sweatpants, thank you. Or a hoodie or,
Yeah.
I didn't know how to be a little bit suave about that one.
Yeah.
It's like that one. But I think the word comfortability is not even a nice word. Like
Yeah.
you say it's like,
Yeah.
oh, those are comfortable shoes. To me, just sound like,
Yeah.
If I could just do sound audio, it would be like crickets, like comfy, cricket. You know, like
It's like complimenting somebody. You look comfortable.
that's like saying, oh, that's interesting. Like comfort is that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Like interesting is not even.
Yeah.
It's kind of has now a negative connotation to
Mhm.
it, right? But I think that we don't put ourselves in uncomfortable situations often enough, in which you found growth.
Yes. Yeah. I'm excited for 2025 because I feel like it's going to be a lot of uncomfortability because I'm not going to be with you anymore. I've gotten very comfortable being your
2025 is going to be the
assistant.
thong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The
The
what?
G-string. The G-string, actually.
2025 is going to be the G-string, girls.
We're going to be so
It's
uncomfortable.
going to be so
You know what? David
uncomfortable all
said
year
something
long.
to me the other day, or to us the other day in a class. David was like, if you don't feel like you're going to throw up at least once a day, you're not doing life right. Like you need to be uncomfortable.
You
You,
have
need to
to.
feel like you're
That's a
going
great way to put it. I mean, a little disgusting, but
Yeah.
it's true. I think I like
But
the
if
thong
you don't
situation
have
better.
a little bit of a pit in your stomach every day because you're doing something that you've never done before,
Right.
you know, then you're not growing as a person, you
Oh,
know?
absolutely.
And I'm excited to be uncomfortable again for next year. Yeah.
So Daphne
be.
is going to find herself in a thong in
I'm
2025.
going to be in the worst G-string ever.
It's going to be
The worst
diamond.
G-string.
It's going to be a diamond encrusted G-string for
Yeah.
Daphne in 2025. What about you, William? Talk to me about uncomfortability.
Where do I get I feel like I get uncomfortable
He's uncomfortable right now.
a little bit, but not like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like when I get uncomfortable.
What makes you like uncomfortable as in like talking
Uh-huh.
in front of a camera or
I
being-
can find my way to get comfortable with that. It's more of the unknown. Like I guess sometimes like I'm good about knowing what I want, but the unknown, like how to get there. I guess like not having a direct. I'm really like big about like a direct
A direction to go in.
Yeah, I guess like just like a direction
And how to
yeah.
get there.
And then when I don't always have that, I feel like that's where I get uncomfortable, and that's where I kind of lose a lot of like where
Like the motivation
Yeah.
that
do you
had.
get awkward when you're uncomfortable?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello?
Genetically modified palamoids.
Oh my God. Can we talk about that? And we'll come back to self-motivation. He's a natural born seller.
Oh my
like
gosh,
he
he's
is
so
a natural
good.
born seller.
Yeah.
But this bitch did not remember how to say something. So there's something that there's an ingredient in one of our particular products,
Bioflavonoids.
bioflavonoids, which give color, vibrancy, shine. It's actually a naturally derived ingredient. And
Forgot it.
he forgot
But so
Finish the story, 'cause
confidently,
I can't even.
confidently, he just goes, and the genetically modified palamoids, and we both looked at William
Daphne
and just
and I
started
looked at
dying
each other.
laughing. Yeah,
But
we
the
looked
client
at
was
each
kind
other
of just
and then
like,
we
she was
looked.
kind of sitting there like,
He was, but he owned it. And yeah,
Yeah.
this contains genetically
Oh
modified
yeah,
palamoids.
yeah. He said it so confidently.
straight face, very stoic, like.
But we gave him away because we just could not stop.
So we came back and we're like, did you just say genetically modified palamoids?
And what do they do, William? What do those genetically modified palamoids do?
What do they do?
They're vibrant.
No, he said they palamoid.
They palamoid. Okay. Yeah.
The palamoids be palamoiding.
Yeah. They be palamoiding. So going back to self-motivation, is this something that, like, going into sales and, you know, because basically what we do is sales.
Yeah.
I feel like anything that we do, any job requires some sort of selling, whether selling your services, selling yourself. Well, no, not selling yourself, but like selling yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that could also be.
We sell ourselves every day. You know, we're trying
to profession. And good for you, OnlyFans girl. Keep going, girl. You're shining.
Yeah.
But no, but like selling yourself like a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Like a doctor has to sell themselves to a patient in the sense like, hey, I'm going to make you a lot better.
Trust. You're selling yourself to build trust. Yeah.
Absolutely. To build that rapport.
Yeah.
Right. So we're continuously selling ourselves. That's what I meant by that. Not
selling
calm
our
down,
souls.
audience. Everybody like
We all sold. You know, we all sold our
all-
souls the day we signed that contract working for you.
Oh.
Working with you.
There's a reason why they call me Devil. No, the
devil wears Prada. The devil wears Prada.
I don't like that.
Sorry, he's Miranda.
I am Miranda Priestley. But going back to uncomfortability and self-motivation, and what do you think is something that we can tell our audience that we can? What is something that they can practice for self-motivation?
Oh, that's a
good one.
That is a good one.
That's also in that generation when they're like, oh, that's a good one. It's like, oh, I don't know what to say.
That was a Riz question.
That was very
so
Riz.
That's Riz.
Oh my God, I can't with you too.
I don't know. Every day, I like blast my music every day to come to work to get pumped up. So
that's a
what
great
I do.
motivator.
Yeah.
Like if you definitely want to flip your attitude, just start with music. I
Put
think
defying gravity on, and you just
That's
go
a
with
good
the
one.
wind.
then you want to stick your head out of the window and be driving
Driving.
and the wind and everything, and give me a little.
That's when you need a
green
Tesla
face.
so it can just drive itself and then you can just do whatever you want.
I'm all about that, like a self-driving car.
Yeah, right.
But so to you, motivation comes through music. I think that's a really good one because you definitely, we can all, how can I say this? Like music does something to us.
Yeah.
Like, you know, last week, I believe Sal was the one talking about like crying and emotion. And I'm like, give me a good car wash.
Oh yeah.
And for me, it's like, open the floodgates. Like we need to release that emotion. That negative energy needs to leave my body. For you,
I'll put on a sad song.
So that's what I'm saying. It
Watch
could,
a sad movie.
It could come
just
through
cry.
It could come through a movie. It could come through music. What about you?
I would say that mine is probably more. Hers is music. I'm trying to think like what motivates me. I can say I do talk to myself a lot. Like what I think that was brought up last week too. I do the mirror talk in the morning, like if I'm on time and
but
I'm
the
not
best one
rushing.
is when you start answering yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can give yourself the best advice and be like, oh, you know what? That was a good one.
Yeah. You know, like just how I
Go
convinced
me.
the client, just how I convinced the client about that the product was genetically modified palamoids. I kind of
he
I
pat
convinced
himself
myself
on
in
the
the
back for
mirror that
one.
you're going to do great today. And even if that's not true,
got this.
I believe it.
You got this.
Yeah,
you
right.
can do it.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I do that a lot actually. And my mom has caught me multiple
I do that
times.
too.
She's like, "Why are you up?" Like you, Steven, said you got caught. Like, are you people? Or Tim has probably said to you, like, "Why are you laughing at yourself?" I've done that so many times.
You know what else really
crack
works?
myself up.
Yeah.
You know what works so well is the Wonder Woman stance. Before you go into an interview, before you do anything that you're like scared of, do the Woman Wonder stand. The Wonder Woman stance for like 2 to 3 minutes, and I swear it works. I've done that before, like any interview that I've ever gone on.
Do you know?
and
I think that's
I've always gotten the job.
But you know why that's true though? That stands.
I don't know. It's just like a confidence thing. It just makes you good about yourself.
It's actually
Feel good.
grounding.
Oh.
Really?
It's grounding. What you're doing is grounding yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like a great motivational, or a good way to release, like negative energy from your body is the best thing you can do is take your shoes off and go outside into the grass and ground yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good way to release. So I'm gonna have to share with you guys this little story. I went running one of the last times that I went running in the park. Did I tell you this one?
I don't know. I don't know what
I
you're
don't
about
know.
to say, so I'm just already
They never know what's going to fall out of my mouth. That's why they're already laughing.
I
Because
might
they know
have
it's going to
heard
be
this
something
one.
completely stupid. So let me get that energy out of me right now.
Okay.
But I did a superstar move.
Yes.
Did I tell you that one?
No.
Okay. So one of the best ways to ground yourself, they said, was hug a tree.
Oh no.
You just told me about that.
So I hugged a tree. I was having a day. So I went to the very back of Meyer Park. And I totally felt like, what's her name, that actress, when she's like making out with a tree in Superstar?
Yeah.
I totally felt like it was that moment.
Yeah.
So I was pretending to be stretching my calf. So I put my foot up on the tree and then I hugged it and I went in. I went all in with a hug. And then I saw somebody coming around like, oh, like, you're caught. Like, don't make it weird by releasing the tree and be like, you didn't see anything. I wasn't hugging the tree. That's what you were
just
thinking.
were stuck to it?
I just like own it. And I hugged the tree because they said you should hug the tree for a good 2-3 minutes and allow the energy to go and flow back into the tree and it goes back into Mother Earth kind of thing. So I owned it and I felt like a retard. I felt so stupid.
But did it make you feel better?
It actually did.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the fact that I was caught doing something silly. That I'm just going to eat this genetically modified palamoid. And I hugged the tree, but it did. I feel like it worked. So if you guys are looking for a good grounding, go hug a tree today and don't start kissing it. Like, don't make it weird. Just don't make it weird, guys.
Start smelling your armpits.
Like, sometimes I get a little nervous.
It's crazy that you say that though, because I feel like the whole tree thing, I've heard of that, but the one thing that I've seen recently is people, instead of like doing a traditional burial, they'll get buried. Have you seen that? Where in the tree,
in the pod, tree.
Cool. But they say that it's like what you said. You're putting yourself back.
This took a real.
It did, but
it went real left. All
but
of a sudden.
I'm saying
Hey,
now you're becoming
the last episode. Y'all were
mulch.
talking about death a little bit. We had to bring it in this episode.
We had to bring it into this episode because last episode we talked about it a little bit. Unfortunate, but you know.
So mulch yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that. Like you said, it kind of
yourself.
people say that it connects you back to the back to the earth. Like. I don't know.
Oh,
well, thank you guys for coming.
I just thought of another good piece of advice that you gave me one time. What did you say?
Us.
You said, like, no, if you're wanting to do something with your life, if you're wanting to be a different person, if you want to be that super fit, healthy person, you just you have to do it for yourself and
no one else.
No one else is going to change you except for you.
Absolutely. And I still believe that 100%. Yeah. I think that many times I feel that women will say, I want to look pretty for my husband. Like, how many times don't we hear that at the salon where they're like, oh, my husband likes my hair a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh, my kids don't want for me to cut my hair because they feel it's weird. Like, we tend to go through life
doing things to please other people.
Please others and not necessarily doing it for us. And there's some sort of negative connotation that is tied back to even self-rewarding. It's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, right.
If you do anything for yourself, that's so selfish. Why would you do your color for you?
Yeah.
Or why would you do a haircut for you? Or why are you going to the gym because you want to look a certain way?
Or why would you curl my hair that way when it's not the trend? That's literally that's another big one too. No, but listen, it is.
I'm listening.
Now you got your attention because we know.
I know, but the social media thing is another big thing. It's influencing people to think that they have to do a certain thing that they do not necessarily, like celebrities or just like lifestyles that people just come. Not saying that trends aren't necessarily always a bad thing, but I think a lot of times that's also not like, imagine, like you said, your husband and your kids are saying one thing, and then you're also scrolling on social media and you're seeing all these things. So it's like you're constantly conflicting yourself on what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to follow. Like,
just be true to yourself.
Like, just be happy.
Just do it for you.
And it's hard because I'm guilty of it. I do it all the time. I always, I want that life. I want to be that person.
Yeah, you compare yourself to other people instead of getting up and doing it.
Too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can fall into the envy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think that there's a big difference between wanting, desiring versus envy.
Yeah.
I think that that's a big one because storyboarding, which again we've been referencing Sal a lot this episode.
Yeah, because he's motivational.
He's been hunting us. Hunting, not hunting.
If you haven't listened to last week's episodes, you need to go listen to it.
That's great.
Go listen to Sal. I think that's his name. Salvador?
Raccoons.
Mr. Pato.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought.
You were just talking
Bring me
about
back.
We were talking
You
about
lost it
social
too.
media.
Who am I asking?
We were talking about social media and how, like just in general.
You were saying there's a fine line.
There's a fine line.
There's a fine line with envy.
Yes,
Sorry,
with
thank
envy,
you.
yeah.
So I think that we need to. One of the things that we were talking, and I talked about Sal's last episode. We were talking about visualization, affirmations, storyboarding. It's a great way to visualize. Like, I want this lifestyle.
It'd be fun if we did that in class for the first.
Done. Let's go ahead and
Yeah,
do
we'll
it.
do
class
that.
of
That
the
would be
year.
really cool.
We'll all get magazines and some glue
And visualize.
and a
We
poster
actually,
board.
I think we've done that in the past.
That would be fun.
But anyways, come back. Maybe come back. We
We're
guys,
all
the
three of us are so
together
ADD.
we are ADD.
Yeah.
Like,
He's A, we're DD.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm A, they're DDs.
Yeah. If you ever got your hair done by the three of us, you'll know.
You'll know,
It's a long day.
Crap.
It's always fun,
This is
though.
amazing. I think that ADD is a real thing. It's a disease that we all have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine line. There's a
self-motivation,
fine
fine
line.
line.
Yep.
Fine line. It's a fine line.
Fine line.
It's a fine line. That's
Fine
all we're gonna.
Yeah.
Come see us at Trademark.
Yeah.
What advice can you give our audience? Tying it back to self-motivation.
Like you said, speak to yourself kindly and give yourself some grace and know that not everything's going to be perfect all the time, but you need to just go ahead and do it anyways. And if you fail, then you learn from it and you pick yourself back up. And, if you're not trying, then you're never going to fail. You're never going to succeed.
You just reminded me of something right now. It's like, I think the word failure is a disgusting word.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people fail.
You try again.
No, I know that people don't fail. People learn.
Yeah.
You learn. Yeah, exactly.
I think that that's a big, if we could get rid of that word failure, people will know that they're not failing. They're actually winning,
Yeah.
yeah.
right? They're gaining knowledge. They're doing all these different things. Your business didn't fail.
Yeah. Didn't lose your
You're
job
going to
for no
learn,
reason.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to learn how to run a successful business
Mhm.
from the first one that you had. I think that that's definitely something we can change.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say I'm just gonna kind of go off this, my sweatshirt. You are enough. I just feel like that's really something that I've always lived by, and my parents kind of raised me to be like, was just to always motivate other people, because I feel like you said, energy is a big thing, right? So if they kind of have that feeling that you're comfortable with yourself, then that exudes it translates to them. And just being a really good individual in your everyday life. I don't know. I think that's.
Well, you did win the Best Attitude Award.
I did win the best attitude this year. Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
In 2024, he won the best attitude at our
I
Christmas
did.
party.
Yeah.
Party. So yeah, I think just like you are enough, and that if you sit there and you talk to yourself in the mirror and you say it, then you can do it.
And you will believe it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
You guys, thank you so much for watching or hearing us at home. Please do not forget to click subscribe and do all those fun things that we have to do on the daily now to follow anybody on any given platform.
Like, comment,
The reset
subscribe.
button, subscribe. Thank you. I did forget that one. Thank you guys for being here. And I'm going to leave you with these couple of words that self-motivation comes from within. It comes from you. It comes from your core, your pit. The things that you want to achieve in life are not going to be granted to you. They're not going to be handed over to you. You have to go and work for them. You want the dream job, you want the dream car, you want the dream life, you want the dream lips, you want the dream body, you want anything that you're dreaming for, go get them. Nobody is going to bring that to you. And with all of that self-motivation, you are going to find the hustle. You're going to find that there's the work and the energy needs to come from you. So thank you guys so much for watching, so much from joining us and listening to us. Please don't forget to tell your friends to follow us, click subscribe. I forget all those.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you here next week with someone else at The Reset Button Online. Thank you guys so much for watching.